We back. We're back. I'm only going live with ladies. We're back. Why you guys keep sending me requests? We're back. Boy, some of y'all got some weird ass pictures, boy. Man, y'all. Okay, here we go. Who got a chance to see what happened before I had to bounce out and do what I had to do? Hold on. Patrina, I love Papa. Somebody was like, dang. This is called work ethic. I said I'd be exhausted. No, man, it's called work ethic. Work. So here's what we're going to do. The question is, is it too late? Is it too late or to do the work? Is it time to just give up? Is it too far gone? What's the dealio? Because, I'm seeing a lot, when I'm running into the men out in the world, and they're like, man, I think women are too far gone. And then some women then I hear some men who are pretty far gone in their mentality. I'm like, basically trying to say, all 100% of women are just trash and this and that. I'm like, well, damn. Are we at a place to where people are just giving up? And let's talk about it. As a woman, have you just given up? Are you just like, F it? I'm 300 pounds. I'm going to be 300 pounds until I die. I ain't going to lose the weight. No matter what you say, no matter what nobody do, this is what it is. That's what the deal is. Or is that where you're at, ladies? And then as a man, are you like, man, forget this, man. These are the streets. These pros ain't loyal. I mean, where you at? And if so, then what's the alternative? Because I hear a lot of men talking about, going overseas and dating abroad. And I'm like, oh, that sounds nice. But many of you guys ain't even been, from one coast to another. Many of you ain't even been out of your own state, man. That's what we got to do. That's what we got to do. What are you going to do? Where we at? Is it too far gone? Is it too far gone? And I tell you, young ladies, I would say this. A lot of the older women, a lot of older women would love for you to be just as jaded as them. They want you to feel just as bad. See, have you ever asked yourself a question? Why do some of the younger women feel like they're so left out by some of the older women? Because, at least older men, OGs will at least try to put the young bucks up on game. Older women ain't trying to tell younger women nothing. That, en masse, they might pretty much look at y'all like, y'all are competition. That's a wrap. Oh, Lord, you got your ass all out in your pictures. If I look on your Instagram and all it is booty pictures, I'm not bringing you on. I'm not trying to hear it. I don't have a conversation. I mean, do you? But no, this ain't that kind of get down. This ain't that kind of get down. She just bounced. I was like, now you can have some, some tasteful folks, some pictures up there, but try not to be all, golly. So what is it? Is it a rap? And if it is a rap, then what? Because that's what I want to know. If it's a rap, especially when I hear a lot of dudes talking about, a lot of women, yeah, when I hear women talking about, these dudes out here ain't this, these dudes out here ain't that. Okay. You talking about black men. So here's the thing. What you gonna do? Where you gonna go? Where are you going to go if black men seem to be all you got? Anybody else trying to, 80+% of any group is gonna be with its group. 80+% of its group is going to be with its group. So where do you think you're going to go if you don't get with somebody of your group? The people who can date outside their group effectively are the top 20%. You got to be in the top 20%, really effectively in the top 10% to effectively have the best shots of dating out. So if you're not a woman in the top 20%, top 10% of women, you can knock off your bread and all them other fantasies. Not going to happen. And I think a lot of women honestly believe that they could just go out to any other race and, well, I'll go get me a non-black man. Right. Not going to happen, ladies. They're not checking for you, and you might as well take that off your default plan. It sounds just as crazy as when these women talk about, I'm going to, after I graduate, after I retire, I'm going to travel the world. You work at the post office. But now all of a sudden after you retire, you're going to all of a sudden become independently wealthy and go to Paris.
Hey.
Hello.
How are you?
So, I am well. What you got for me? Is it over?
Is it over? I would not say so. Just because I think there's just too many people in the world for it to be over. You know what I mean?
What do you mean too many people in the world?
I mean, the opportunities to meet someone new, or someone who's willing to date. I live in Philly.
Most people don't live in Philly.
They don't. That's very true. Slim pickings here, I'd say. But in comparison, if I travel, if I really want to meet somebody.
When's the last time you've been out of the country?
2013, I think.
Where'd you go?
I went to Spain.
Right,
I ran basketball.
So basically, it's 2000.
It was really fun.
2021.
I was like too young today.
You're 2021 right now. And did you work? You said you were with your family when you were in Spain?
No, I went with this basketball group. I was literally there for 2 weeks to run basketball camps. It was not a trip.
You didn't pay for it?
No, I didn't pay. I did pay for it actually. Yeah, of course.
How much did it cost you?
But so I was 18 when I went. So the intention was never to go there to date or meet anybody.
How much did it cost you when you went?
It costs like $2,000.
You ain't been out of the country.
To stay there for 2 weeks. But again, it was my mom paid for it.
No, see, what I'm trying to show is how unrealistic what you just said. I don't think it's over because of how big the world is. And you ain't never been out of the country on your own money.
Right, but if I wanted to, I could, right? I was too young back then. If I wanted to now, of course I could.
No, could you?
Yeah, I could.
What do you do for a living?
I'm a leasing consultant.
And in Philly, how much you making annually?
Enough to try if I want it, but I think
I don't know what that means. Why? See, y'all can't get on here and play bullshit with me. You can't put it out there and say I can do it if I wanted to. When I ask you about it, you'll get vague. Then it's gonna be bad.
I just don't want to put my financial situation out there.
Well, then I'm gonna call bullshit because then if you could, you would.
Well, I don't feel the need to because I feel
you're a leasing consultant at apartments. How?
Yeah.
All right, you ain't rich. You're middle class.
Definitely not rich.
You're middle class. That's the point. See,
Yeah,
this is
but
why
I also
this is why things go bad, because there was no reason to come in here and make this situation anything other than a pleasant conversation. You start off
what's
with
not pleasant about it?
well, when you start becoming evasive, when you say,
About what?
no, I'll tell you what was unpleasant, because this is, I don't think sometimes a lot of you black women realize how shitty you're being. You think
Mm-hmm.
being snarky and impolite is just normal.
Right.
So I'll tell you what was wrong. When I sat back, when I said, is it over? He said, no, because of the opportunities of all the people around the world. And then I went to test that. Have
Yeah.
you ever been out of the country? Yes. On your
Well,
own?
I think you were assuming
No.
that I had
Are
exhausted
you
all of
paying
my
attention
options
to how you
here.
got there?
Well, I haven't exhausted all of my options here yet.
Are you paying attention to how we got to the snarky part yet?
No, 'cause I don't think I was being snarky. I think it would be different if I had exhausted all my
Hey,
options
hey,
here.
hey, 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 hey. That's not how this shit works.
How does it work?
You're about to find out real quick. You don't get to change the subject and do that. If I was talking about something, we're going to stay on that subject. Or you are free to strike up your own Instagram and talk about whatever you want to. That's rude. How old are
I
you?
apologize.
How old are you?
I'm 25.
And in Philly. And I understand. And Philly got some of the worst women in the world.
Am I one of them?
So far, you're right on par. I'm proud of it, too.
No, I apologize.
You ain't got to apologize. This what you got to deal with, not me. This is how you go into conversations with people you don't even know, just making it, pissing and shitting all over the place just because. That's cool. It was unnecessary.
All right, so let's talk about what you wanted to talk about then.
Well, 25-year-old, you got the floor. Go ahead, because I was going down the path, but apparently I don't know what I'm talking about. So you got it. Tell
No,
us why it's not over.
this is your platform. I'm just a
Oh, we already
guest.
tried it. I've already tried it my way, but apparently you got something else. So you go ahead.
No, I think I want to talk about what you want to talk about. People don't want to watch this to hear what I want to talk about. They want to hear what you want to talk about. So I want to listen to that.
When's the last time you had a relationship?
Um, like 5 months ago.
How long did that last?
It was 3 years.
And who ended it?
I ended it.
Why?
I ended it because it was just becoming toxic. I think when I started the relationship, I wasn't ready probably. I don't think either of us were really ready. So it just kind of spiraled. So before we hated each other, we just decided to just get
What
out
does
of it.
toxic mean? Toxic is a buzzword that women throw around like men throw around entrepreneur.
Sure. Toxic in the sense that it was just this cycle of hurting each other that we couldn't seem to stop. It was not healthy for either of us.
Okay. So what do you want? Do you want to be married one day?
Eventually, yeah. But I think that relationship kind of just
You want
taught
children?
me. Do I want
You
children?
know,
Yeah.
how many?
Yeah. 2 max.
So what do you mean eventually? You're 25,
Eventually.
right?
Yeah,
You're
I mean,
25, right?
yeah.
You're 25. So eventually,
I
there's
mean,
no
eventually,
eventually.
uh,
There's a time. There's a clock that all you women biologically have to deal with. So you can't just say eventually. There needs to be a time frame. You're
yeah,
almost. So when? By what age would you like to be married by?
I guess I would want to be married by, married by 32, I'd say, safely.
Uh-huh.
So
And how
yeah,
long you
so
gonna be married before you have your first kid?
for like 2 years. So I guess I would be married. I would
Okay, so you'd
do.
be married at 32, 2 years before you have your first kid. So you wouldn't start having kids until you're at geriatric pregnancy, 35.
No. So I mean, I should have said ideally I want to be married at 30, have kids at 32, but be married by 32 for sure.
Uh-huh.
You
So
know.
another sister that thinks that you should start worrying about getting married at the wall. 30 is too old for
I just want to
marriage.
be ready for marriage. I mean, I just want to be ready. I don't want to just rush and get married just for the sake
Okay,
of,
well,
you know.
I would say this: were your mother and father married?
They were. And my mom was a special, she actually had me when she was 37. So, I mean,
Uh
special
huh.
case, that doesn't happen
So
often,
your
but
mother. So does your mother? How many children does your family
it's just me, which is why I feel like I need to have
have?
kids.
Oh no, then now it explains a lot. See, only children, especially only children of the women, some of the most difficult, problematic people on the planet.
Yeah.
They're
Why?
spoiled, selfish, delusional.
Okay.
Only child syndrome is real. So, uh, huh, yeah.
What?
So, what kind of dog do you have?
I don't have it. I'm a cat person.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but where'd you go to college?
I went to Drexel.
You have a graduate degree?
No, I don't have a graduate degree.
You plan on going to grad school?
Um, it's not in the cards right now. I don't have plans to do it. I might.
Where'd you get your undergrad
I would
in?
just I went for biology and athletic training.
So now comes a hard question. Why did you go to college to become an apartment leasing agent?
Why did I? Oh,
Hmm?
I think, as you move along in life, you just realize that you don't have, you're not married to whatever you went to college for. You can choose different career paths if you want, if it
What did you
makes
plan
sense.
on doing with that?
I plan on doing athletic training, of course, but then I just realized,
Athletic training for
unfortunately,
whom?
yeah, so that's the thing. It's like the trajectory of that career path just wasn't, it's not for Black women, really. I can't really level up to the level that
No,
I wanted
no,
to.
no, 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 no. Nope, nope,
I mean,
nope.
it's just
It's
like,
not for black women. Right. Okay.
I mean,
So
because there are just
when
some
you went
career
to
paths.
school, the one thing we don't do is don't talk. When you went to school, you went to school for biology,
Yeah.
right? And you planned on being an athletic trainer. What does that mean?
So an athletic trainer is a medical professional for athletes at different
Why
levels,
did you
at
go
the
to school in
collegiate level.
kinesiology?
It's all kind of molded in the same degree. So it was a dual degree
Okay.
program. So I be,
So
yeah.
you went to become an athletic trainer at the collegiate level.
So once you get the degree, you have the option of doing it collegiately, sure. Collegiately at the high
I'm
school
asking
level.
you, what did you plan on doing? See,
My goal was to do it collegiately,
all right. So
but it
what I'm
takes
trying
time.
to,
It
no,
takes time
no.
as far as job
See,
experience.
so this is what I mean. You can't. This is going to be another one. Hmm.
Go ahead, I'm listening.
You can tell. Don't tell me what to do. I'll go when I get ready. Because I'm really trying to be polite to you, young lady, but I'm about to. It's not going to turn out too well. I don't know if do you talk to your father this way?
Unfortunately, I mean, no, but he passed away when I was young.
Well, you don't talk to me. I'm not your peer. I'm not your
Okay,
age. I'm trying to understand where your head is.
right.
Because you went to school in biology and you're an apartment leasing agent, talking about there's never too late. The people all over the world. And what are you doing with yourself? You want to get married at 30, have your first kid at 32, but
I'm what?
you're
Are you saying that that's
unmoored and
unrealistic?
chaotic. Nothing you said is realistic. You're not. You went to how much student loan debt do you have?
I don't have any of that.
Good, but you have a useless degree in biology. It's useless. You have no high income skill. That's why you're a leasing agent of apartments because you have no high income skill. And if you don't get married, the amount of collegiate trainers is finite.
Yeah,
How
that's
do
why
you
I didn't
plan on
want to
taking
do
care
it.
of yourself until from here? How do you plan on taking care of yourself to the end of your days if your relationship problems persist?
Well, I guess the point is to learn from those relationship problems so they don't, you know?
Uh, and how are you doing that now?
by taking time to kind of just date.
Right. You're your own. So you're in charge of this process. The person who drove it in the ditch. See, this is what I mean, gentlemen, ladies. Women in general, black women in particular, have been allowed to go to school with no plan. Just go out and do shit. Act like time doesn't matter. Again, everything I've asked you about is time frame, schedule, and structure. And if you just listen, it makes no sense.
Mm-hmm.
And how do you? And when I asked you how much money you make, you didn't want to tell because you ain't making. I mean, the average apartment leasing agent makes less than $50,000 a year.
Mm-hmm.
So we can knock off the BS. You have no plan.
Mm-hmm.
So if you don't get married, you living on one income. How you gonna get to retirement and living comfortably in retirement by yourself on one income with a biology degree?
I think I'll get married.
Shit, you think this is gonna get married?
Why? Why don't you think I'm gonna get married?
Shit.
Why do you think I'm gonna get married? Why?
Oh wow. Some of these young ladies don't even know what they don't know, and you think it's funny, but I'm not a toy. So I'm sitting there, I'm like, I'll let you talk because I'll make money off of this,
Absolutely.
but I'm supposed to.
Right.
You on the other hand, this isn't funny. What is your plan for life? Seriously.
I'm honestly still trying to figure it out. But I think the one thing that helps is that I know myself pretty well. So I'm kind of just using that to help me navigate where I am.
Who do you live with?
I live with my roommate. You both live in my house.
In your house.
Yeah.
So by what age do you think you should have? Because if you say you're going to be married by 30, you're 25, you're not seeing anyone seriously.
Mm-hmm.
By what age do you think you should start panicking?
Never panic, first of all. I probably will start dating seriously again and looking to date seriously by around like 28.
Okay.
2 years.
So
That's reasonable.
This whole thing started off with men saying they don't want to give up, but they feel the average black woman is too far gone, and you've done nothing to assuage those feelings.
You don't think two is enough
She wants to
to
start worrying about. She's gonna start seriously dating at 28. A woman
again?
who's had a 3-year relationship that you said ended because you, again, as if you control the access to marriage. Men control access to marriage and relationship. See, that's what I mean. Black women have been allowed to just think, well, whenever I decide I want to do it, I'll get it. What about you? What about your relationship history has proven to you that you can be a wife?
I think the fact that I'm willing to learn from the relationships,
That
honestly.
means somebody needs to marry you on your potential. I asked, what about your relationship history has proved to you that you are ready to be a wife?
Um, or maybe I'm not a wife right now.
Well, then how do you plan on seriously dating to become a wife at 28? If the only person in charge of this process is you, and you're the one that drove her into a ditch. See, that's what I
Yeah,
mean. Let me give you a little secret here. You don't take relationships seriously. You think they just happen.
it's true.
Or you think men are supposed to do something, and it's you the one's unfit. You're unfit. Unfit for anything other than dating. Casual fun.
At this point, I would agree with that. That's what I'm doing.
And you're doing nothing to change it.
Yeah.
So this is why I don't feel upset or bad when you're in the danger zone or in
Yeah.
no man's land, because Just like a person who doesn't prepare to pass a class, if you don't prepare to be in a relationship, when you fail at them, this is what you get. So when you become one of the 3 out of 4 black women who don't marry in your lifetime, you'll look back on this conversation and said, I came on there joking, thinking it was funny and ha ha ha, and I blew an opportunity to find something because I took life as a joke because I'm 25 and I feel like I'm young and I got time. And you don't. You
But
don't.
do you think,
You're in the prime of your breeding. You're in the prime of your marital years. After 25, it goes downhill.
but do you think it's possible for someone to learn how to be a better wife or partner when they're single?
No.
Why?
Learn how to be a better wife.
Partner, yeah. I mean, do you think that
Who's
someone could
teaching you?
actually
Who's teaching you
prepare?
how to be a wife?
I mean, yeah, but it's just like, as
Who's
far as
supposed to
like,
teach you how to be a wife?
I guess some women learn from their mothers and things like that, or I mean,
I asked
also your
you.
husband.
No. I specifically said who's supposed to teach you how to be a wife.
Who's supposed to teach me? I mean, I guess I don't see marriage. I mean, I don't know. I feel like when you're partners with someone, you learn from each other, like, and you work together.
No. So again,
So,
this. So the answer is who's supposed to teach you, and you don't even know who's supposed to teach you.
who's supposed to teach me?
Your mother,
Right,
because she's supposed to be a wife.
right.
But this is my point. So if you would even step aside from outside yourself and just use your education and your intellect to realize how unprepared you are, you're approaching relationships like a kid.
Yeah.
Like it's just supposed to be on the job training. Excuse me, sir. I want you to hire me for the most important job you will ever hire a woman for. The mother of your children, the person you commingle DNA with, and you're supposed to entrust me with the raising and nurturing of your legacy. And I want you to do that all on the basis that I am open to learn on the job training. Sorry, nobody hires anybody on potential. People hire people on competency.
Well, how would they know?
They get taught.
No, but how would they know
They
that I
get
am fit?
taught.
How?
Because I've known. It's easy to see. You're not serious. You think relationships are games and jokes. You're not learning. You haven't been prepped to learn. You think that modern women like yourself think that, hey, I'm just supposed to be in a relationship and then when I'm there, we'll just figure it out. No, they're supposed to be getting taught this stuff from the time you were a girl.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you're 25 and you don't even know who's supposed to have taught you. Women have failed you to the point to where a reasonable conversation has become contentious because you think men are toys or be played with or like it's a game. You don't have this whole dynamic is going to further go to prove my point. The disconnect between so many modern black women and men. You treat us like your adversary instead of being on our team as our ally, even one that's twice your age.
Yeah.
This is our culture, and you're endemic of it. Now go back to how we began this all. Do you think it's over? No, I think they're worldwide people. You don't make enough money to travel worldwide. You ain't been worldwide, so that's just talk. It's just talk. You can't go worldwide, just like men can't go worldwide. That means you're gonna have to date in Philly. Well, pickings are slim. There are more men that are husbands than there are women that are wives.
I do want to say something about the whole using the black men, how we treat them as an adversary. I will say, as far as how I was raised, I wasn't raised to see a traditional marriage in the sense of seeing like my mother and my father. So my father was sick for the majority of my life. Mother took care of him. That's pretty much the whole capacity. So I've actually seen the tail end of marriage and like what marriage can become. And that is, I feel like, why I'm so hesitant to start relationships, because you have to be prepared for the worst when you get married. No one can really teach you how to be resilient, as far as, you have to kind of learn that through your own experiences.
What do you think you
So
just told me? Your mother took care of her husband as she was supposed to because it's her duty.
it's hard. That's what I'm point. It's very hard for years. And so it's like marriage. I
And
mean, it can come to
and
that.
that's
So
that,
yeah, but not
excuse
everyone's
me.
ready for that,
Oh,
you know?
that's why. That's why you need ladies are going to become cat ladies. Spencerville. No waiting because you don't want hard. It's
I'm
hard.
saying
It's
people
going to
should
be
just be
hard. Like
prepared.
being
Or
a husband and
sometimes
taking care
people,
of wife isn't hard. Uh huh. Yeah.
I mean,
You
yeah,
can't make this up.
but
You
that's not
can't
why I
make
don't
it
want to
up.
date. It's just because like I
You
have to
can't
know that
make
I'm
it
ready
up.
for that, you know?
Uh huh. Yeah. Just talking.
So I'm like plugging my phone in.
Just talking. This generation, your generation of women are, you're like the boys of summer. You expect life to be easy. You saw your mother do her duty until your father passed. That's part of the vows. For better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, sickness and health, to death do you part.
Yeah, and I
Yeah, but
like
you only
that's
want,
why.
but so ma'am, I'm helping you out right now. You're not fit for a relationship, and that's fine. And you're
Yeah,
not trying to become fit for a relationship. You're not trying to be anybody's wife. So what that means is after you have passed 35, because you're 25 right now, and all you know is youth. But in 5 years, you're going to go back to this conversation and realize that, you know what? He was trying to tell me something to get my shit together, but I just thought I had more time.
yeah,
And when you run out of time, you'll be like so many other women who are going to be complaining about the caliber and quality of men. There ain't no men out here because you mismanaged your prime marrying years.
yeah.
And why did you do it? To get a useless biology degree, to go be a leasing agent in an apartment complex because you don't have a career. You went to college for nothing. So as far as I'm concerned, it's a waste.
I can go again. I have no debt. So if I wanted to,
You say it again?
I could go to college again if I wanted to. I have no debt.
What did I say, gentlemen? When it gets hard, when it gets tight, where's one of the first places black women run? Back to school.
Is that bad? Should I not do that?
Is school gonna be your husband?
No, but maybe I find my husband at school.
And this is what we've allowed our young women to believe.
Or not. I mean, so what? But I wouldn't go there looking for a husband. I would go there again if I
That's
needed to.
that's your problem. You should go everywhere looking for a husband. That's what your counterparts do. That's why they get married. Black women go to college to prove they don't need a man. Most women go to college to find a man.
Right. Yeah, I definitely wouldn't go. I mean, if I can meet a man for free, I'd spend thousands of dollars to meet my husband at college.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Juxtapose her with that 24-year-old the other day on Friday. This is the perfect bookend. She thinks she's being funny. This is what they've been raised to be. Useless. Useless to anyone. Useless to anyone but themselves. Ma'am, let's see how honest you can be.
Okay.
What use are you to a man at this point in your life?
At this point in my life, I don't know. I mean, I date, I have fun. I mean, I'm a good time. I'm funny. I have a good sense of humor. I am
You think so?
caring. Yeah, I'm very funny.
Uh-huh.
I have a good sense of
If you
humor. I'm
think so,
attractive. I'm
what would you rank yourself on a scale from 1 to 10? Just in case you can't use 7.
okay. Um, Without makeup, I'm probably a 6.
Okay.
With makeup, I'm probably honestly an 8. I'd say that comfortably.
How tall are you?
I'm 5'11" and a half.
Dress size?
I'm 4.
So you're almost 6 feet tall, which is going to make it exceptionally difficult for you to find a spouse.
Absolutely. Well,
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's just how it is. Exceptionally difficult to find a spouse. So, and I'm going back to what I said. What makes you of use to a man? And you said that I'm funny.
Yeah. Goes a long way. I can cook. Guys like girls who can cook. Whatever. I can cook. What else? I can cook. I can clean. I can be supportive too, as well. You know, like you said, I don't necessarily have a career of my own at this point. If I did meet a husband who has a better career than me,
And
or
this is
even
what, and honestly, and this is what I mean, man. So if you were to put a salary on what you bring to the table,
mhm.
those things, how much do you think it'll be worth as far as what a man makes? If you say what I bring to the table, all those things should equate a man making about X a year, what would that be?
I'd say 100 grand.
God damn it! You can't make this shit up. You think being a holy shit, this is our women are, oh my God.
What else do you guys want?
You think what you just described puts you in the top 10% of all earners in this country. 10% of men
A
make a hundred
hundred
thousand
grand?
dollars.
I think a lot more people make 100 grand on average.
Look at her face, guys.
You
Look,
know,
she really believes this. 10%.
well, maybe I just know different people. I just know a lot of people who they just
Woo!
make
Shit,
they just.
man. Shit, man. And this and gentlemen, this is why it is so easy for women like her to devalue you, because she thinks being funny, so she says, can cook, can clean. You think you think you're the shit. I mean, no offense, you think you're the shit. You come across like that, you talk like that, your whole demeanor is like you're the stuff. And I've just let you do it. I've let you do it so you could just. I have not said anything to just let you glow up. And you've only gotten brighter and brighter and brighter. You really think that. And you honestly think that that is worth a man going out to make $100,000 a year. That is why so many young black women are going to die alone. Remember what I told you about Dr. Tia Son Johnson? That women in their college class, looking at men in their very same college class, felt like what they were bringing to the table was worth $100,000 more. Ma'am, that ain't even worth $40,000.
But I
But they,
date
but
men who average
not,
that. So
yeah. And then again, what did I say before, guys? Because they can date them, deal with them, they think that means their new sexual marketplace value is up there. Unless you've had a man making over $100,000 a year drop to one knee and present a ring with significant carriage in public and ask you to be his wife, it doesn't matter.
true.
So people may not
But
like my tone, may not like anything, but it's all rooted in the same facts, status, statistics, logic, and the knowledge of our people and our women. And this is it. This is what you really think.
but
$100,000. No, ma'am. Let me finish. This is what far too many women and you think that $100,000 black man deserves. This is it.
well, to my credit, I mean, they knew that I didn't want marriage, so
She doesn't get it. And the sad part is, this is what your mothers and the women of our culture have allowed you young ladies to believe. That you just can go be there. And really what you're saying, I bring to the table is I just bring me. You don't know anything about men. You've proved that you don't even, none of the things you really said on your list are what men want. I'm funny. Men don't give a shit if you're funny.
you don't think so? I mean,
Oh my God. Why do you keep asking me like I don't know? This is ridiculous. You're 25 years old and questioning me like I don't know what I'm talking. I don't think so. No.
well, what
What's
do
the number
men
one?
want then? Educate
What do
me.
men want? What do men want from women? Especially,
I
especially kind of men you're talking about. The kind of
are,
men making $100,000 or more.
are you
What do they
asking
want
me?
more than anything else? Yeah.
More than anything else, probably just for someone to not bother them, not to cause drama in their lives. You know, I'm not. I think men just want women who don't make their lives complicated, who can support them emotionally in ways they can't. They probably want
Okay,
someone who's,
so if that's the case, then why were you toxic?
we were toxic.
No,
We
no,
both played a
you
part.
no, you. We were toxic. That means you were too. So why were you toxic if you believe that,
Um,
or you are that? Oh,
um, I
didn't
think,
see, didn't see the redirect.
what? What is that? I'm sorry.
Go ahead. Why were you that?
Well, I mean, again, I wasn't ready to be a wife. I
Uh-huh.
wasn't looking to be a wife. So
So
you just let,
how often do you when you get in an argument with somebody you try to use humor as a defense and a shield?
never.
Okay, good. You shouldn't, 'cause it's not
No, I
attractive.
mean,
But I'll
no.
tell you the thing that you said, men just want women, such and so forth. Would your relationship say that that's you? Non-drama, non-chaotic, just peaceful.
Because of that, how that relationship was,
Uh,
I know not to be that. Yeah, I've learned from it for sure.
so the answer is that they would say you are or you are not.
No, I'm not.
Okay, thank you. So even the things you say men want, you're not.
No, no. I'm saying no. I'm saying I am. I try not to be those horrible things that I was in my past relationship because I know that that's not what men want. I don't want that in a man. So I know that men don't want that in a wife. You know what I mean? That's what I meant. Sorry.
Clear as mud. Clear as mud. So you are those things or you're not those things.
I have the potential to be those things. I think because I'm more aware of
Right,
the fact that I shouldn't be those
right.
things, that I'm just not.
You're still those things.
Yeah. Okay.
You're still those things. You just know you're those things and you still do it. And it's still not what most it's not what ranks them highest on a man's list of priorities. That's what I mean. You don't know men. You haven't been taught to know men. But the way you talk is though you're questioning me like, are you sure? You're the one who well
I'm the one that what?
I'll give you this. I'll give you this. Men want cooperation and you're not a cooperative person. And
Cooperative.
what's cooperation? That's what men want. And the more
I
money
can
they
be though. I think
yeah,
it's
you
about knowing
can be,
your
but you're not.
place.
Yeah, you can be, but that's not the point. You're not. And the higher up you go, the socioeconomic status, the higher up the power rankings you go of men, the more cooperative a woman has to be. The more fit, feminine, submissive, cooperative, and that's not you. You got an opinion. You push.
I'm
And here's the
I'm
thing.
as
Here's the thing, and I'm going to finish. And I'm not. It's not a judgment, man. It's just what I read from you. Take. If you think it's not you, fine. But I will honestly say this: what you bring to the table qualifies you for an average man. An average black man in this country makes $40,000, 40,500, not six figures. What you just talked about does not make you special. It makes you average.
okay.
So this is the ladies, gentlemen, ladies understand this is the number one problem. What you ladies think you bring to the table, you massively overvalue it. You thought that was worth 100,000 plus. Go on.
Only only because of my own, I guess, dating experience. But I also wanted to say I feel like women can be as cooperative as the man that they're with. You know, I'm much more likely to be cooperative to a man who treats me right and cares, listens. Didn't have that before as much, so I think that's where the
So
contentions
her,
arose.
so her, so her doing what she's supposed to do is contingent upon you making her feel like she should do it.
It's partnership. Yeah, I think it's a give and take.
Thank you, right there. You heard it. You heard it, guys. Partnership, ma'am. You've been a fountain of information and a gold mine, and this is why our relationships are so fucked up. Marriage isn't a partnership. It's about duty and responsibility. See, whether your mother did what she was supposed to do, even when it's hard, because that was her duty. That's the oath she took. That's the vow she took. Your mother proved to show her worth. You are not made of the stuff your mother was made of. You do what you're describing is you'll act right when you feel like it.
I don't dispute
Buy a
that.
dog, cat, die alone. Because no man deserves to suffer you. Oh my God. So many of our sisters think it's a game. I want you men to ask yourself a question. That woman I spoke to, do you think she thinks of black men or relationships as a serious thing? Or was I talking to a woman who just thinks it's the game? It's a game, it's a joke. It's just Instagram, it's just online. No, see, and for you ladies, you think, well, you're just online. She don't know you, she's just talking. That's who she is. That's who she is. Because when I started getting to it, then the truth started coming out. She's almost 6 feet tall, which is going to make it difficult to find a man. 5'11", only child, useless degree, no plan. Thinks she's quick-witted and witty, and all those things fine. But when I ask, of what use are you to a man? It is hard for women like her to say, I'm useless. Outside of sex and being present, what use? See, go back. Your grandmother, your great grandmother was of use to her husband. What men, what requirements do you make for women to be in your life? Let me put it also on the men. Stop dating women who you only kick, or you only have sex with. If they don't have a job, why are you hiring them? You shouldn't be with a woman if you don't have a task for her, a space for her, a job. Now back to the ladies. You guys get it twisted, thinking because you can deal with a man, make a certain money. Listen and listen well. Just because he will have sex with you or hang out with you does not mean he will wife you. You ladies get this confused all the time, and you think it's your new sexual marketplace value. It's not. But if anybody think I misread that, I want to hear. Does anybody think that I was off when I was saying that what you're bringing to the table is just average? Average. And what I mean by average, it's just the norm. You're not bringing in hellified wife skills, domestic skills. In effect, anybody who's going to be with you would be being with you on your potential. Now, here's the problem with potential. What she proved and what so many other women have shown. They're only willing to do their potential when they feel like it. And as soon as a woman like that stops feeling like doing it, everything stops. And that is one of the worst situations to be in with a woman who only moves on her feelings. If she's not moving on duty, respect, responsibility, something higher than just how you feel, her emotions, it is going to be a chaotic ride. That means the words she says mean nothing.
Oh my God, I did not know you were gonna pick up. Hold
You have to come back.
on. Can you clip? I'm just gonna go in the light. Oh my God. Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
All right.
I was just having a long conversation about your videos with somebody. It's crazy. But
Okay. What I need you to do is I need you to set the phones down so it's not all over the place, and
okay.
you need to be in the frame.
Okay. Hold on.
So to the younger women, yeah.
Hi.
What is this filter you got
Oh,
on?
I didn't mean to do that. Hold on. I don't know how to turn this thing up. Okay. Hi.
Okay. I need you to set the phone down so it's not doing all this. Set it down.
Okay. Okay.
All right. Oh, back up a little bit. You're too low. What do you got for me? Hold
um.
on.
Huh?
You're talking to somebody about my videos in what regard?
Well, we were talking about because he was comparing your videos to Derek Jackson and basically saying how you say things that want to make black women better their situation, and how Derek Jackson kind of talks about saying things that women want to hear to manipulate them. So yeah, that's basically what he was talking about. But I was just saying how I like how you basically talk about black women to help us not be single mothers and stuff like that, because I do agree with most of the things you say.
Okay, you're going all out of the frame, man.
Hmm?
You're going all out of the frame.
Oh, sorry.
How old are you?
22.
Okay. Do you have any children?
No.
All right. So you requested to be on the line. What do you want to be on the line for?
I didn't even expect you to pick up, honestly.
Oh,
But
okay.
yeah, I really didn't. But I've never been in a relationship though. I don't even know. I think I'm ready for one, but it's like I be feeling like maybe I'm not as social.
Ma'am, you are all out of the frame. Please sit in the middle of the frame, or I'm going to have to go to the next call.
Wait. Let me put the light on.
Time to play with y'all. Get your shit together. So, real harsh question. Young ladies, who's supposed to be training you to be in a relationship and a marriage? It's not on the job training. It was supposed to be the women of your family. And these are conversations you're going to have with your mothers and your aunts and your grandmothers and your. Hey, you taught me how to go to school. You've been taught to be independent and be a worker. That's what did they taught? What has your mother taught you? To be independent and be a worker. But if that's not what you wanted, or if you want something in addition to that, who's supposed to teach you? It's supposed to be the women. And if not, you're basically asking a man to hire you for on-the-job training. Well, guess what? Workers who get hired on the job training are minimum wage workers. Many of you have minimum wage wife skills. Hello?
Yes, hello.
Uh, how old are you?
I'm 21.
All right. What do you got for me?
All right. What you just said, I'm gonna just tune into what you just said. You just said who's supposed to teach us to cater to a man, right? It was going on live, so you kind of stopped, but I couldn't hear the end of it.
So who's supposed to teach you how to be a wife?
How to be a wife, yeah. So how to be a wife, you can learn that from your mother, yes, but I was raised by my father. Now, my mother is in my life right now, but I could say that my father taught me how to be a wife or a woman to a man. I could say that. And how to be one, exactly. Because the way women teach us how to be a wife and the way men teach us how to be a wife are completely two different
Are
things.
you married?
No, I'm not. I was engaged, but I'm not married.
You have any other siblings?
Yes, I do. I have 3 older siblings and I have a younger sibling. I have 3,
Hey,
2 of them are married.
how many sisters?
1 sister.
She married?
She passed away.
So your father
Mm-hmm.
can teach you how to be a wife, or see, men customize women for them.
See, but that's the thing. My father didn't
No,
customize me.
okay, see, no.
Okay, I want to hear what you got to say. Because my father's probably about the same age as you, if not probably older. So I want to hear what you're gonna say.
So do you think you know? Okay, let's just go here. So, what kind of job do you think your father did at making you ready to be a wife?
I think he did a phenomenal job. I'm still in the process because I'm still growing.
Uh-huh. And why is this conversation contentious?
What do you mean?
I don't know if you realize you're in your masculine frame. You're in your masculine energy.
Oh yeah,
That's not a wife. That's
it's
a dude.
not right now.
No. Even when I start talking, you start cutting me off and wanting to tell me something. That's not what a wife would do. Your father taught you how to be might have been able to teach you how to be a wife to him,
Mm-hmm.
but typically fathers teach their daughters how to be sons.
Mm. And that's what you believe.
That's what I know.
Okay. I don't believe that though.
Don't care.
That's funny. I was just talking to my friend about you too.
Well, when were you engaged?
I was engaged like 2 years ago.
At 19?
Yeah. Well, 18.
And did he ask your father for your hand in marriage?
Yeah.
And your father accepted?
Yeah.
And how old was your fiance?
He was, at the time I was 18, he was 21. 20 turning 21.
And what did he do for a living?
He was a store manager
Where?
at Adidas.
Adidas?
Yeah.
All right. And your father accepted his proposal of marriage as a store manager at Adidas. Why'd you guys split?
Because I didn't want to be with him. I felt like it was a very toxic situation that I was in.
Did he actually propose, drop to one knee and give you a ring?
Yeah.
And you accepted the ring?
Yeah.
And then how long after accepting the ring did you break the relationship off?
About a year and a half.
Why were y'all engaged that long?
Because I didn't want to be married yet.
But why'd you accept the ring?
Because a ring is just a placeholder.
Now, this is a woman who said her father taught her how to be a wife.
Yeah. It's when I choose to be. It's not when he chooses to be. You choose to be because you gave me the ring. I choose to be when I see it.
Insane. She don't even know she don't even know she's done yet, guys. She don't even get it.
So explain to me.
No, I'm gonna let you live.
Oh, okay.
This is what happens when women are raised by men.
Mm-hmm.
Because of your father, no disrespect, sir, but if you was saying what you're supposed to, and when hell he let his 19-year-old daughter be married to a Foot Locker manager,
Oh, he wasn't
or
letting that.
Adidas.
He didn't even like the person. That was
Well,
because
then that even makes that even makes less sense.
No, that makes less sense because I don't tell all all sides of the story.
That even makes even less sense. Where do you live?
I live in Jersey.
With whom?
What do you mean with who? My father.
You're very masculine. You're very masculine. Yeah, and that's not cute. And as far as being a wife, your father didn't teach you how to be not a wife in any sense that most men want. Because talk about a man proposed to you, you accepted his ring, and then you drug out the engagement because you didn't want to be married. Does anybody sound? Does that sound like anybody's cooperation, ladies?
To me, it doesn't sound like anybody's cooperation. If I was engaged, right, and we're planning something, and this is a very toxic situation, you think I want to get
toxic
married?
situation?
You think I want
No. When you accepted the ring, it wasn't toxic.
It was not.
So, an engagement is preparation for a marriage. So you're supposed to be planning to get married. It's not.
Exactly.
No, be quiet. You're supposed to get a ring, and then from that point, you plan your wedding and go ahead with the date. It's not you start going to a different phase. It's supposed to be short.
No, I understand that, but I didn't see fit. That's why it became.
You didn't see fit. This is a woman who said, I accepted a proposal for somebody that I did not see. They can't make this shit out.
Yeah. Sometimes when you get a ring, a man acts a different way than when he shows before he gives the ring. Can't make that shit up either.
At 21 years old, I think she's got the keys to life.
Not the keys.
Not even a clue.
Just a guide.
Not even that.
To you.
Hmm.
Yet again, this is a man's.
I'm not gonna argue with you. See, I'm not gonna. Let your dad do that, or your little boys you used to playing with. I'm not one. I just see a woman in crisis right now, who's too young and too immature to not know what she doesn't even know.
Okay.
So you're trying to play a role, but you really know you're lost. You're a very lost young lady. And I'm sorry for you, but your dad did not help you, because if he did not vet a man well enough to know he was toxic and allowed his 19-year-old daughter to be engaged, that's derelict as far as I'm concerned. And if you had that kind of power and autonomy, you sure you not the daddy? Ain't none of this funny.
No, it's only funny because you don't know all sides of the story.
Yeah, we know.
That's why it's funny.
We know enough to know this is bad. We know enough to know that. I would say this, like I always think, therapy, counseling is always good, because there's no reason to be this masculine and this aggressive at 21 years old. No need to be this hard at 21 years old. There's something wrong.
But what is so?
There's something wrong, young lady.
No, I can hear you say that, but I want to ask you, what do you get from that? Because you're saying
I just say there's no reason.
I can hear that.
I just said that there's no reason to you at 21 years old. There's no reason to be this aggressive, this off-putting, this masculine. As a 21-year-old woman, there's something off, and that's not. I'm not saying it's your fault, but I'm saying there's something that needs to be addressed.
Okay, but I'm asking you, what do you see as masculine?
Oh, Jesus H. Christ. H. Christ. Bless her heart. Like I said, that would have gone around and around and around. She don't even know what she don't know. A 19-year-old getting engaged to a Foot Locker manager. I think it's fair to say that we need to get to the point where we acknowledge that we got a lot of need for therapy. If you got to look at the men you have as the straw on which you build bricks, what kind of bricks can be built with women of this caliber strong? What can we really build? The first young lady from Philly. What can we really build? I mean, no joking. What can we really build?
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
How old are you?
I'm 23.
Why is everything blue?
It's purple.
Okay, what do you got for me?
So like, who's supposed to teach you, like, how to be a wife or whatever if you don't have no family, like no mom or no dad? Like, I grew up in Cary, you know? Like,
So,
everything you've said to those other girls, I'm just getting,
well, okay.
on.
You don't have any family?
Pardon?
You say you have no family,
Yeah, basically, I don't have anyone. I don't know who my dad is, and my mother's really toxic.
but you know your mother.
But she's very, very toxic.
But I'm just trying to understand your dynamic. You know your mother. Did she ever marry?
Yeah, I know my stepdad, but their whole relationship was toxic too, so that's all I know. And all I know
Okay, okay, so you got to slow down because the word toxic, women throw toxic around today like cool or bad. I don't know. It's almost lost meaning, honestly.
like respect. If someone's not respecting you or treating you right, like I don't know really what it's like to be respected because I've only been disrespected by my mother or whatever. So even when I meet nice guys, I'm not used to that. And
Okay, well then if that's the case, how old are you? 23?
23, yeah.
Are you in therapy?
I see a psychiatrist. I need like therapy. I'm trying to do DBT because I have borderline personality disorder. So
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. That's all I need to know right there, man.
yeah, it's
If
right.
you need to see a therapist, and I can't do anything, you're clinical, and that's not an insult because until you are stable, relationships are off the table.
Yeah, I've already come to the terms with that because like if I find myself taking on other people's problems and I can't even take on my own problems. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right. What I'm saying is, you until you're stable, you can't worry about relationships. That's what I mean. That's period. You can't even start worrying about who should teach what where. That's not your wheelhouse yet. Okay, there's nothing I can really do to help you on that one, man.
No, I
All the best though.
question.
No, no. I don't. And I'll tell you, for people, um, uh, I'm very particular when somebody's in care and therapy. Uh, I have a lot of respect for the process. So, bricks with straw. Bricks with straw. Almost done. Bricks with straw. Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi. I'm I don't know what your topic is tonight, but I
How old are you?
guess. Hmm?
How old are you?
Guess.
Don't play with me. Guess these nuts.
Oh my God. Hello. Wow, I did not expect to be added on here. I'm like looking confused. Sorry, I'm literally just listening right now.
Okay, but you clicked the request, all right?
I think I did. Maybe. Yeah.
Okay, what was the request? What do you got for me? How old are you?
I just turned 24 last week.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you've been watching.
I have. I actually love your content.
So you did not want to be on here. You just clicked.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Cool. Yeah, I hung up on that woman. You don't come in and play on me. Fuck you think you are? See, I'm gonna say something to her and black women like her. They play too damn much. Grow up. It's not a game. They should be acting a hell of a lot more mature than you are. Am I missing something? Yes. Walk around here like some 20-year-old teenagers. Grow the French toast up. Wonder why you can't get out of first gear. Think it's all a game. I'll get real when I'll grow up when I'm 30. All right. Everybody else got on their second kid, on their first house. Or finished with their kids and on their about 30, first kids in kindergarten. So, real question, as I wrap this up. I'm waiting for somebody to be serious. Ladies, are modern women, what kind of straw to build bricks? Are you serious? Are you seriously wife material? I think I asked a good question. If you had, what do you bring? What use of you to a man? What use of you to a productive, competitive, successful man? What use are you to a high value man? What use are you to a husband? Not dudes that you think are toxic enough. What use are you to the kind of man you say you want? What use are you? And if you had to make a lump of all your so-called skills that you bring to this damn table, we ladies always talk about, I am the table. Well, this is a table. If you had to make a lump of your so-called things that you brought to the table, and we had to say that what you brought to the table is this, and this is worth what on the income scale? I can exchange this for a $50,000 a year man, $60,000 a year man, $70,000, $80,000, $90,000, $100,000. She said $100,000 and didn't blink. And what she didn't realize is discover, check, and incidentally mate. Because just like most women, they think being average at best entitles them to a high value man. Isn't that how we got here? That's how the French toast we got here. Average people get average people. Isn't that how we got here? Go back to way back in December, where all this started. Average people get average people. Men know this, understand this, but you average at best mediocre women needing tutorials and gonna get these reviews. You average at best mediocre women keep giving yourselves these exemplary reviews so you can pump yourself up to say, I need a six-figure guy. And what you gonna give? I'm funny. You're funny? Yeah, I'm funny. I'm funny and I can cook, kind of. And I'm witty and I'm tall. And I got some Lysol wipes. And I know men don't want women to bother them and be nervous and nagging and such and so forth. I know they want peace, but I don't have that yet. Well, actually, I do have that now because I didn't have it in the 30-year relationship I had, but I didn't have it then. But I know it's important now. Now, I'll give it to you only if you make me feel good. But if you don't make me feel good 24/7, then I'm taking that off the table too. So you ladies ask yourself a question. If a man has to go out and make himself the best version of himself, has to get out there, hustle, compete against all the other men out in the world, has to go make himself in the top 20%, top 15, 10, 5, 3, 1% of earners, claw, struggle, focus on a career path, a vertical, do something, focus for 10, 20 years to become the kind of man who can make the kind of income and provide for the family. And all you have to do is show up. He has to do a lot of work. A man has to become. You women just think you have to be. And that's bullshit. A man has to become. You just think you have to be, and it's bullshit. Because even the things you be, you are willing to take those off unless you are like a swaddled baby in a blanket, perfectly protected, warm, and cuddly. And the minute your sanctity is disturbed, here comes the whining and crying and wailing and the gnashing of teeth. Man, French toast that. I think you ladies need to understand that for men across the board, modern women have a lot to prove. For men across the board, modern women have a lot to prove. Why is that? Well, because I said it earlier. Where you gonna go? You ain't going out, like she said, we go out of the country or out of the world. You ain't going nowhere. You ain't even been out of this country on your own dollars. Knock it out. You gonna date from around your area. Oh Lord, that list is long. Let me see if we got any questions to read. I'll knock this out and be done with this. You can receive questions on Badge Zone, but you can't show them on screen. Uh, 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 Jesus, I don't know why they do this, man. They Is there no hope for an above average man after 35? There's all hope. Oh my God. They've changed the way the questions that they've highlighted them. So it's hard to see them. The best place to buy a suit from, Suit Supply. I'm sorry, they've changed the way those questions are. Look, man, ladies, let me talk to the women who want to win. If you want to win as a woman right now, it's the best time to. Because all you have to do is get serious. All you have to do is get serious. First off, get in the gym, get serious, get in the gym, and do everything opposite than you're seeing these women do. Stop being so self-centered. Start being worried about what you want. Start learning how to put other people first. Put other people first. Put other people first. Start learning how to do without expectation. That's right. Do without expectation. Give without guarantee. You'll be amazed at how much you get in return. But see, there's a requirement of faith that so many of you so-called Christian women say you have, but you don't. See, you only want to give with guarantee. And that's why you only get back, because you give with a shriveled hand. You don't extend a hand. You give with a shriveled hand. And you wonder why you can't get the full benefit, because you don't have full reach. Oh, that's right. Y'all think I'll be on? That's right. That's right. Godfather in effect, boy. All right, that was good. That was great. Tomorrow night, we're going to get into it, because we're going to have part 2 on this, man. Part 2 on this. I didn't make it up. I'm sorry, ladies. It is what it is. But if you want to do better, you want to have better outcome, you better find wife school. You better find something, because your mama didn't teach you, your grandmama, nana, big mama, and them. The kind of men you talk about you want, productive, competitive, successful men in the top 20%, ain't gonna hire you to be a wife and let you do on-the-job training. No, they will not. They will not. Especially not one that knows its value. So if that's your ultimate plan, I'll just sit here in neutral zone and I'll wait till I find the perfect man, and then I'll learn on the job. You better go ahead and get you some cat or dog insurance, because you're gonna need about 3 or 4 dogs to get up out of this mug, because that's a path to dying alone. Ask the fate, ask the furies. Bunch of spinsters and Stygian witches. Peace out.